So, you feel like you've been at this long enough to start seeing some results. Or maybe you saw some weight loss and you saw the scale change initially, but then all of a sudden it flatlined on you. And no matter what you do, it's not changing. I have 3 diagnostic questions that I want you to ask yourself and be really honest. Because first of all, this is very normal. It'd be great if we were like robots and we could program weight loss and then we just lose weight. I have never, ever worked with anyone that had a linear weight loss path, meaning they just dropped weight every single week like clockwork. Sure, some weeks that happened, but other weeks they either maintained or they even gained some weight. First, I want to remind you that while we are tracking our weight, because if that is a goal of yours, I am having you track your body weight, probably a lot more than you thought. So while we have a lot of individual data points, it's not so we get wrapped up in the weeds of those individual data points. It's so that the more data we have collected, the more we can actually see real trends, because we are after the month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter, year-to-year trends. Just like the stock market, right? Stock market's not always going to climb up. Sometimes it's going to go down, but a wise investor knows that they are playing the long game, so they don't get too wrapped up in those normal fluctuations. So question number 1 is arguably the most challenging, and it's, have you been following the program to its fullest extent? Because the reality is, we tend to grade our efforts on a curve, don't we? Like, I've been doing pretty good, I've been doing my best, and maybe you have. But the reality is, to get to these results, there's an objective amount of work required. It's not about doing your best, it's about doing what's required. So let's say, for example, if it's required that you're hitting your nutrition at 80% or more, but you're hitting it at 60%, the numbers don't add up. Or if it takes you 4 workouts or 5 workouts a week to get in good shape, or that is the plan that we established, but you're averaging 2 to 3, again, the numbers don't add up. And this is hard, right? Like, this is a kind of a gut punch. But we grow through what we go through. We need to face these things head on and own the fact that if this is you, the good news is it's a really simple solution. You just need to up your average workouts. You need to up your nutrition adherence a little bit. That's all it is. Question number 2, and this one is really going to challenge some limiting beliefs that a lot of us have around weight loss. Are you sure that you have more weight to lose? Stay with me. The BMI, or the body mass index, is something that has been inundated in Western medicine for decades. But it's a really generalized measurement of health because it takes height and weight and then spits out a little answer saying if you're healthy or not. To put this into perspective, I am 10 pounds away from being obese according to the BMI, and I have an ab definition year round. Most of us, and this is coming from just working with hundreds of people over the years, are way off on what we think we should weigh. I used to think I needed to weigh 180 pounds to be healthy and to be lean. And again, having ab definition, having a healthy relationship with food, building and maintaining lean muscle mass, and increasing my performance in the gym, I'm walking around 205 to 210. So we're talking a 30-pound difference off what I thought I was supposed to weigh. And that's okay, because the reality is, if you are getting to the fitness and to the health that you expected to get down at this weight, but you're up at this weight, but you have the health and fitness that you wanted, then what does it matter what you weigh? Because your body weight only tells you what you weigh. It doesn't tell you your fat mass, your muscle mass, your athletic performance, your relationships, your relationship with food, all the other more important aspects of health. And even if you did have some weight to lose in the beginning, there is an end game to that weight loss journey. Because even if this isn't you, maybe you just are plateauing and you need to give time, there's still going to be a point where you'll have to loosen your grip on the scale because it'll mean less and less to you. It'll stop giving you the feedback you're looking for because eventually you will settle within the same 5 to 10 pounds of your body weight. And your body composition will be the thing that you pay more attention to. And the reality is, if you are setting off on a weight loss journey, it's probably wasn't so you could just weigh less. It's so you could look different. Well, how we look speaks more to our fat mass and our muscle mass than it does how much we weigh. And I kind of already gave away the third one, but it's not really a question, it's more of a statement. You just need to give time. Our bodies are not like Amazon Prime. They're not going to be here in 2 days or even 2 months. It's going to take time because you have a life outside of the gym and the kitchen. You have lots of other plates spinning. You have bad habits to break as much as you have good ones to build. You have limiting beliefs to address that you aren't even aware of that are holding you back. And the reality is, something you're going to hear me say a lot if you haven't heard me say it already, is results are not the culmination of the work. They're not the end-all be-all. They're just confirmation that we're on the right path. The growth is in the work. And whether we get results or not, we're committed to the work anyway. Because even if you got results, guess what? It still takes work to maintain those results. So either way, you're still going to be showing up to the gym every day. You're still going to be prepping your meals. Like, all of that never goes away. And so if you are feeling frustrated with your weight loss, try to see this as an opportunity to just put your nose to the grindstone and stay committed to the work. And if you find that you truly are stuck, I have 2 challenges for you. Number 1 is to download MyFitnessPal. It's a free calorie counting app, and track everything you eat and drink for 1 week. Every single thing. Be as honest as possible. The ice creams, the sauces, the creamers, not just the protein and veggies. That way we can actually see very objectively what you're eating. And more often than not, what I've seen is people's calories are doing this, which means it's going to be really hard to lock down what your portion should look like to get to your goals. So track everything you eat and drink for 1 week. And then number 2 is set a goal number of workouts for the month that's going to challenge you a little bit and hit it. So if you're working out 3 days a week, work out 4. If you can't work out 4 days, then go for a daily walk. Commit to taking a 20-minute walk every day. Take your phone calls at work on the phone if you can. Walk during your lunch break. Walk after work. Take your family for a walk every evening. Increase your physical activity for 1 month. And then if at the end of the month, those 2 things don't make a difference, then we'll talk about making some changes to the program.